I didn't think summer anime was going to start off this emotional and this heavy. Let's get to the title cards.
オタクすでに苦渋にはあけ新しいアニメみんなで見ようねレビューが光る心がドキドキおすすめ作品見逃せない
Welcome everyone to otakusandgeeks.com. Justin here, and we are finally kicking off Summer Anime 2025. And today we're going to be talking about the series premiere episode of Takopi's Original Sin. You can catch this anime on Crunchyroll. As always, I give you a brief synopsis. So without further ado, here we go. Shizuku lives a painful life until things start to take a sudden turn when she meets an alien named Takopi. And for this nature and the sake of really having the impact that this episode had on me, I'm going to keep this one super vague without revealing a lot of plot points. I'm just going to give you a basic overview and talk a little bit about the story 100% spoiler free, even when it comes to themes. I'm not even going to talk about the themes, but I will give you a trigger warning for those. The anime starts off with just that, a trigger warning, because it deals with serious subject matter, but for the sake of spoilers, I am not going to tell you what it is. They tell you in the opening credits, before the anime even starts. I am just mind blown. And if you know me, if you've been with me for years, you know I'm a huge fan of slice of life anime. Oh, just this one, man. This one hits. You are following a girl named Shizuku, and she is going through so much stuff for a fourth grader. And she encounters this alien from another world named Takopi. And Takopi is from a planet called Planet Happy. And there is this, I love what they did with this, because you have one character that's super happy, and then you have Shizuka, who is going through a lot. And I mean a lot. There are things in here. I'm serious. I gotta keep this vague, and I'm afraid to even talk a little bit about certain stuff, because I want you to I want that initial first watch. Look, I'm tripping over my words, but that initial first watch is going to hit you. If you have read the manga, obviously you know exactly what's going on. But for those who have not ever heard of this and never read the manga, I'm I'm shocked. And credit to the creators for showing everything and to really give you that impact. But one thing I will say is that it really does have to deal with a serious subject matter, and I thought they handle it very well. I guess what I can't say about Taco P is that Taco P is from a planet called Planet Happy, which is his translation, and Taco P is the embodiment of innocence, optimism, and naiveness. He's an alien, so he doesn't know the ways of humans. So interacting with Shizuka, he's starting to learn what it means to be human, and starts to experience certain human traits such as being afraid, being hurt, through having experiences and being around Shizuka, who is going through literal hell at school. And that's another hint. That's the only thing I'm going to say. But what made this work so much is that what's happening to Shizuka, you get to see what's actually happening to the person that's doing it to Shizuka. So you see what they're going through and why they're lashing out at Shizuka as well. And it's kind of like that classic bullying. Like, we find out what's the reason why the bully's being a bully, because monsters usually have been beaten or uh being bullied by a bigger monster. And I was just very moved with just how this anime presented everything. It is the trigger warning is there for a reason. It's not just because it's tackling a certain subject matter. it's emotionally heavy, very emotionally heavy, because not only because these are children, number one, these are fourth graders that's doing these things, and the contrast of Takopi and just that innocence and not understanding. I'm watching this and I'm just going, man, I wish I could just sit you down and explain human nature to you a little bit. But you have to experience it for yourself to understand why things are the way Shizuka is, what's happening, and why Shizuka does what she does, why she's acting a certain way, why she's so distant, why she doesn't talk much, and it hits on a lot of beats that I was not expecting. Like I said in the beginning, I was not expecting to start my summer anime like this, but guys, that's all I'm gonna say. I will have to say this: a couple of things. Voice acting, top notch here. I felt every single dramatic scene in here. I was really invested in this. Animation, another thing I love, top notch. The visuals in this. I'm surprised they showed a particular visual when you see it. It's hard not to get choked up because of the subject matter, but it's also because keep in mind this is a child, fourth grade child, so it's hard not to get choked up. I was getting a little choked up. You hear it in my when you hear it in the tone of my voice. I'm getting a little choked up with this because it really does move you. But what really hits you is that soundtrack, man. The soundtrack in this, from the opening theme song to the ending credit theme song to the composition, especially when this particular scene happens and Takopi is trying to process everything. It's it it's man, it hits. That's all I gotta say. I'm tripping over my words too much. So let me get to my final rating. And you know how we do with our streaming services when it comes to the anime. It's either watch it now, add it to your queue later, or skip it altogether. Hands down, what a way to kick off summer anime 2025 with this heavy, hard hitting, emotional anime. Taco P's Original Sin is getting a 100% certified. Watch it now. This is Justin from otakusandgeeks.com. What did you think of episode one? Comment below, let me know. No spoilers, please, on the manga. I haven't read the manga. Please don't be that person. But you are allowed to say that it gets worse or it gets better because I kind of do want to know that. Um, Comment below, let me know if you like what we do here. Hopefully, earn your subscription. So please hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Summer animes in full effect, so I'll try to cover as much premieres as possible from Crunchyroll, High Dive, Netflix, Amazon Prime. Now they all have anime, so I'll do my best, folks. And whew, I cannot wait till next week for episode two. Man, this is getting crazy. Peace.